Content schedule, a bit of a mystery this week with the surprise program labeled for your Thursday content. If you're wondering if it is an old program, they're just labeling it as surprise. It is a brand new promo. At least that's what they tweeted out. I was a bit confused because I believe when they did the Genkai Force, it was labeled as a mystery program. So doing a surprise, I thought, oh, it could potentially be Team Diamonds 2 or Ring of Honor. No, it's a brand new promo. If you're curious about when Ring of Honor is coming to MUT, that will be next week. So Season 5 only has 2 weeks left, this week and next week. And Ring of Honor is locked and loaded to be included in Season 5. So it is pretty much guaranteed to be in the promo or in the content schedule to some degree next week. As for your AKA content, today we got Denzel Ward as the LTD. Unfortunately, his abilities ruin his card. Great card art, great stats, but another card ruined by very, very mediocre abilities. And then for your champions, we've got the Manning brothers and Eli and Peyton. Both of them get really, really good AP stacks with like Hot Rod Master, Fearless, Gunslinger, Seth Lead, all that sort of thing. The problem with these two cards is they're very, very slow, and their release also, just because it's not traditional 4, is not the best. Great names added to MUT, but they just don't compete with even the likes of Bo Jackson. Honestly, a lot of other quarterbacks. And then also today for April Fools, last year we got Escape the Artist. This year we got a 99 overall middle linebacker, Pat McAfee. He is going to be 99 overall until April the 4th, so you have 3 days to use his card. It's got 99 overalls in every single statistical category, as well as a plethora of 0 AP abilities that include Lurk Artist, Reinforcement, like Enforcer Supreme or something. A very, very good card that'll be fun to use for the next few days. If you want extended coverage of the market and how I make my coins, subscribe to the Coin Bible exclusively on Team Get Lucky, link in the description. In other market-related news, your Egg LTDs were actually put back into packs by EA Sports as well until April the 4th. I think that's Thursday, I'm pretty sure, when the new content comes out. The thing is, though, if you're upset, maybe you invested in these Sugar Rush LTDs. Personally, me, I did not. I was waiting to see how much the supply was or how many of them got posted when the eggs actually hatched. And if you were on in the morning when the eggs opened, there was a lot. There still is a lot of supply on the market. And in reality, them being thrown into packs hasn't actually affected the market that much, because there was already so much supply on the market that them being put into packs doesn't actually add any or that much supply on top of already the absurd amount of LTD eggs that were already in the game. Price-wise, these cards haven't really been affected at all by this. The only card that's really dropped in price was Harold Carmichael. He was at like 850k on Xbox. He's now in the mid 700s. But other than that, Ted Hendricks, Brian Branch, Luke Musgrave, they're all the same price, and they were really never good investments because there was so many of them put on the market. So if you do have them and you did happen to invest in them, honestly, nothing has been affected by that much. I don't think they're good investments either way. You can just go ahead and sell them. They have not really changed that much in price. But the real issue looming over the MUT market right now is these pesky price ranges. We had mentioned them pretty much for the past week leading up to Easter that, you know, once they became a little bit more, not mainstream, but once they affected more people, you would really start to see why they're just not good and they don't make sense at all for the current odds and just the market in general. And right now, you would say 95% of cards in the entire game are minned out at their price range, and it is very, very hard to sell them if you do want to liquidate them, right? Charles Woodson, I have in my binder 97 overall. There were like 300 of them up, and pretty much all of them are up for 260,000 coins. So it is a coin flip and a, 1 in 15 chance coin flip that he actually does sell for 260k. Now, do I think the price ranges eventually get updated? Yes, I think it's probably going to happen within the next week, probably this Thursday when they update the Sugar Rush cards back to training and Chocolate goes away. That's probably when the Economist maybe goes into his job once a week at the EA headquarters. But as of right now, if you do have cards that are minned out in price, you do technically want to sell them off, because once that price range does get updated, they will drop 15 to 20%. Just think of it as the 95 Sugar Rush cards that are going for 80 to 85k. That's what a natural 95 overall card would go for in the market. So if you have a 95 that is going for 100,000 coins, yes, you do want to sell them. Now, in terms of trying to work around these price ranges, if you have 96 and 97 overall cards that are minned out, you're kind of screwed. I still even have a few left from my Easter eggs, and you just kind of list and hope they do sell. Now, if you have 90 overalls through 95 overalls, what you're going to want to do is go do a bunch of sets for 96 overall through 98 overall cards that go for above that minimum price range. For example, like 93 overalls, you can build 96 combines. I know Bo Jackson running back, Bo Jackson tight end, Quentin Nelson, as well as Justin Simmons. They all go for above that 160K minimum price tag. 97 overalls, there's a few free agents. Cam Curl goes for 350K, as well as I believe the right tackle for the Patriots is going for upwards of 400,000 coins. So if you have 94 overalls, just go do those sets and sell off those players. And then on 98 overalls, there's like Ultimate Legend Deion Sanders goes for the mid 400s, and a bunch of weekly wild cards like Mika Fitzpatrick go for close to 500K. So there's ways around these price ranges at the lower overalls. Again, if you have 90, 91, 92s, you can build said 93, 94, 95s, and then build the 97, 96, 97, 98s that go for above the minimum price range. So yes, it's very, very annoying. But yeah, if you have these cards, pretty much your entire binder for the most part, you do want to liquidate, because the market is artificially inflated, but it's also not actually inflated because they aren't really selling. And once that price range does eventually get removed, these cards, the whole market for the most part is going to drop, except for, I would say, LTDs and high meta cards. But now let's talk a little bit Easter Sunday, as there's not that much to talk about in the market in general because of those said price ranges. Let me know how your guys' eggs were for you. Me personally, the best eggs were the simple eggs, at least like returning a value. I pulled actually tied for the highest rated card of all my eggs at 97 overall, Charles Woodson, in one of my simple eggs. I pulled also a few 96s, a few 95s, nice eggs, and by the way, if you look at the screen, probably Charles Woodson you might see right now. But as for my nice eggs and my extra or my extravagant eggs, or excellent eggs, so I guess large eggs you would call them, I personally got screwed in terms of overalls. I just didn't get that many high rated cards, but I heard, quite a few people were able to pull high rated cards. I don't know, when it's all said and done, did I make coins off of eggs? Did I lose coins off of eggs? I don't really know. I also did play the extra large egg out pretty well. I had an extra Ted Hendricks and I sold it right away. As soon as I saw there was like 500 Ted Hendricks listed within the first minute, and he was going for 800, 850. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to get my coins. I sold him for 700K within the first minute of him being out, and it turned out pretty good because he eventually went down to 500K on Xbox. It also was very weird how on PlayStation, Ted Hendricks was 800, 900K for like a few hours, as there was over 1,000 of them listed on the PlayStation market. Yeah, the eggs just weren't that rare. Like, honestly, they were the most common LTD eggs we've ever seen. It just happened to be that you could only pull 10 of those extravagant baskets, so not everybody had every single one of the eggs. But again, let me know down in the comments how your guys' eggs went for you. In terms of investments for me, because I had Reduxes, had LTDs, the problem with those said investments was the fact that the price ranges really affected everything, because typically during a period like Christmas or Easter, people are going to have a bunch of coins from the said presents and eggs they have, but people weren't able to sell any cards on the actual auction house, so people just didn't have that many coins that we were expecting them to have. Now, did LTDs go up in price? Yes. David Collins, I was able to sell mine off for 1.7 mil. I sold the Jamie Gilliam, the Scottish Hammer guy, punter, for 1.5 mil. I believe Larry Allen, Jason Kels, they all went up in price. Like, all the high-end 98 overall, 99 overall LTDs did end up going up. It ended up going up in price. The Marcus Ware, I think, went up 50 to 100K. Aaron Donald, for a time being, went from 1 mil to like 1.4, 1.5 mil. So the high-end LTD market did go up, just didn't go up as much as I originally thought, and that was just because coins weren't plentiful amongst the community, because nobody could sell anything, and that really affected my Reduxes. Redux-wise, I didn't really make much. Derwin James so far has been my most successful investment. I bought him probably at an average of 500K, been able to sell him for like in the mid 600s. Tariq Woolen, which I was buying for 750, I was hoping to go for a mil. He only went up to like 850K, so I barely made any coins on him. I actually lost coins on Michael Irvin. Receivers in general just had a bad day because Harold Carmichael was, cheaper than expected, you would say, for a lot of people. And Michael Irvin ended up losing. I think I had 2 that I bought for 750, and I actually sold them at like 750, so I lost off a tax on him. Rashad Jones, I made a little bit. Kyle Pitts, I made a little bit, but in general, the Redux market just didn't rise that much. Still went up, just not enough to where it'd been like, oh my god, great profit. And that was in general because people had less coins on Sunday. But yeah, in general, Easter, Uh, Definitely a weird, like we're in probably the weirdest time I think we've ever seen on the market. I've never been or never experienced, you would say, a market like this where 99% of the market is locked into price and you can't really do much anymore. Again, like I said earlier, I think it will eventually get updated, probably this Thursday, when we get that new promo. Let me know down below what you guys think the new promo might be. I'm hoping for some sort of flashback themed promo, since we haven't had that kind of real content in a long time. We've had flashbacks, but not real flashbacks like Madden 15, Madden 16 flashbacks. So we'll have to wait and see what that content is this Thursday. But I think that wraps it up for everything I want to talk about in this Market Monday. Again, try to liquidate majority everything in your binder right now because of these price ranges, and once they get removed, market's going to drop by 10 to 20% altogether. Comment if you have any questions, like if you've enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, and until next time, peace.